Would you like cigarette flavored coffee?
And you know what? There are some things.
Cigachino?
Cigachino, dude.
Cigachino!
All right, we're gonna talk about smoking. All right?
Okay.
I'm gonna give you guys some stats, and then we're gonna try.
It's scary, you know?
Did you used to smoke like this?
Wow, that's kind of hot. That's an aphrodisiac.
My nipples got hard.
That's a roach. That's a leftover cigarette you found.
Can you do that again?
That's trying to make the cigarette come.
Can now remove your hand.
That was a cigarette fucking ad right there.
I like these one by one instructions as it keeps happening.
So here's, I'm gonna give you some stats first, and then I'm gonna tell you what we're really talking about. All right. So in year 2000, 1 in 3 people on Earth was a smoker.
Whoa. I've noticed that no one's
tobacco.
smoking cigarettes no more.
Yeah. In 2022,
I kind of miss seeing people
1 in
smoke.
every 5 people are smokers.
Huh? A big decline.
Yeah, big decline. According to the World Health Organization, there's 150 countries that have successfully reduced their tobacco prevalence. But 6 countries have had a rise. Which ones do you think those are?
Oh, 6. Okay. 6 countries.
I would say somewhere in Africa,
India,
Oh, that was my guess.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
I'll say Vietnam.
Southeast Asia.
What about Mexico?
Republic of Congo is one.
I was right. Africa.
You said a whole continent.
2 African countries.
Indonesia is.
Oh, yeah.
3 African countries.
Jordan is another one.
Middle Eastern country.
And then Moldova and Oman.
Oman.
These are the only 6 countries where like smoking went up.
Maybe because they don't have access to vapes?
Do you guys think smoking looks pretty cool?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. If it didn't fuck up my lungs, I would smoke all the time.
feel like
I'd be smoking right now.
smoking is a cool ass luxury, yo.
Yeah.
It's just really bad for you. It's just like there's just no upside to doing it except for looking really cool.
And getting the edge off, bro.
No, if you
kicking it with the boys. Yeah, kicking it with the boys is nice.
I smoked my first cigar last week and I looked so lame doing it.
Really?
Because I didn't know what I was doing.
Were you doing it like this?
he was going like this.
The first tip is you don't hold a cigar like this.
He's like, why was I deep throating my cigar?
He's like, how deep in do I need to smoke this?
He's one of the guys that puts his whole mouth on it.
Ooh, you do that?
Oh, do you want to share? Here, your turn. He's like, no, you don't share cigars, dude.
Don't you have to get the whole thing wet? Tip to tip?
Yeah, you have to wet the tip, yeah.
The whole thing.
It's ready to go now. I don't know why it won't light now.
I'm guessing cigar stats is way different.
Oh yeah, cigar stats
No,
doesn't
it's
even
different.
count.
No one cares about cigar stats, dude.
I like cigars.
Wow, Nick.
No, not like that.
Let's consider this. So tobacco is down by 25% in the last 15 years. So the World Health Organization has a massive fear that the tobacco industry is gearing up for a big return because they need to make a comeback, right?
What about like
What do you think they have to do to get smoking back up? Let's like think of ways that let's predict how they're gonna do it.
So like actual tobacco, right? Not like vape where they have like nicotine.
Actual big tobacco as a conglomerate. Movies?
What about influencers?
Oh, yeah,
do you think that would make sense for like an influencer to start smoking cigarettes? Like for
Brand deals.
Yeah, that's what I mean. For these companies to reach out to influencers because like who has the most everyone's attention? It's probably like influencers.
But then like
right?
influencers are also doing anti-smoking.
But that's the other thing though too is like would that ruin someone's personal brand if they just started smoking all of a sudden?
Find studies that prove that tobacco is now good for your health.
That's what they used to do.
Yeah, they used to do
They
that.
can bring it back. Dude, the same thing with
They had doctors. Remember back in the day, there's black and white footage of doctors going like, physician approved.
Yeah, physician approved.
that clean smoke flavor.
Yeah, maybe they just pivot a little bit and just change some of the chemical compounds within their.
Yeah, now it's healthy. Now it improves your health.
Vaping is still considered part of the tobacco company.
Yeah, because vaping was still nicotine, but because it wasn't as much like smoke, it wasn't like tarring your lungs in the same way, but it picked up like crazy,
I feel like
but still cancerous as fuck.
You know what I think they should double down on hookah. Ooh, so you know hookah is cultural, right? Like a lot of the like places they still do it. It's like a family thing, kids, adults, whatever.
Hookah's fun.
So if you make that, if you could spread
time.
that more,
Yeah, but that might be such like a small percentage.
and it doesn't have the stigmatism of like cigarettes.
I saw this one TikTok. It was like a Middle Eastern lady, and then you know how sometimes they do these super like aesthetic fucking cooking things. This lady was busting out a whole set of like snacks and fucking food and everything just for a hookah sesh.
Yeah.
And then she was like prepping that shit. I was like, fuck, I miss hookah. And I never did it like this.
Like, you know, like when you see them do the Turkish coffee in the hot sand.
Oh yeah.
That stuff is so
Just
cool.
make it a whole thing. Dude.
But I'm guessing, like, imagine how many billions or trillions of dollars were spent on people just like quickly getting a cigarette and
Yeah,
taking a smoke.
it's
You
the
can't
accessibility.
you can't take your fucking smoke break and set up a hookah coal and fucking.
Put hookah kits in all Costco's. That thing will go pow, pow, pow.
You know where they fucked up? Is they should have just copied Japan's cigarette success and made flavored cigarettes that are like, dude, in Japan they have these like popping flavors.
Like boba?
No, it's like they have these little bulbs on the filter, and then you can have a regular cigarette, and then you pop it, and it turns menthol, and you pop it, and it tastes like fruit punch, and then you pop it again, and it tastes like orange cream.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I think cigarettes were
kinda
created
dope.
to be convenient, right? Because before that, it was pipes and cigars. That took too much work, so they made a cigarette to be more convenient.
It was technology.
But then that's vaping now.
Vape became more convenient than cigarette, so
I feel like they're just gonna double down on vaping because it's
yeah,
like
there's no point.
everyone does it.
It's still tobacco.
Constantly. Like people just can't stop sucking that thing down.
Well, they should sponsor Dave Chappelle. You know how he's always smoking on stage and he doesn't give a fuck?
That motherfucker makes smoking look cool.
Yeah, really cool.
It makes me want to smoke. I don't know why.
And he has that raspy voice. What other
I'm never going back to cigarettes.
what other effects does tobacco have? Like, can you make salampas out of fucking tobacco? Like tobacco.
Make paper. You can make paper.
Yeah.
Make a rope, maybe.
There's something really good about cigarettes and coffee, though. There's some that combination is
Yeah.
like the best breakfast.
It's almost the same thing to me, like in a way, like real coffee and a cigarette.
Liquid tobacco.
It's like it's like in the.
Teeth whitening cigarettes.
Oh
Energy cigarettes.
That's good.
Sounds expensive.
Energy cigarettes were like airborne, like zinc or fucking vitamin C cigarettes.
But then how do you offset?
multivitamin cigarettes.
How do you offset? What about the lung cancer aspect though?
That you can't knock, bro.
No, you can create some sort of filter that will filter out the cancer or something.
You think so?
Tobacco for dogs. Your dog's stressed out, smoke him out a little bit. Take the edge off.
Your dog always barking.
Is your dog whining too much? Here.
Tobacco for dogs, dude.
But I think they're pivoting too. So because vapes are going to take over, but they're going to transition towards marijuana. Because I'm told that they're buying out fields for marijuana, and so they're prepping for something like that to take over the marijuana.
Just do ghetto style, mix weed with tobacco.
Oh yeah, spliffs.
spliff, right? It's called spliff.
Swisher sweet.
It gives you a fucking head high though.
Dude, Black and Miles are the best.
Yup, smells so
I
good.
smoke it.
I could just smell it.
The plastic tips.
Like you as Joe Jitsukawa, what would Big Tobacco have to do to get you back as a customer?
A dare.
I don't like the after feeling. So I smoke a good cigarette and it feels good, but then after I get kind of tired or like weird.
Easiest way is to just fucking hook him up with a bunch of ecstasy, cause then he's gonna start chain smoking like crazy, and that's what's almost half of my friends who were dropping back in the day. They got into cigarettes because they were chain smoking cigarettes that were
It
raves
tastes
and
so
stuff.
good.
Yeah, and then when you're done rolling and stuff, you still got that need for the nicotine, so you'll just smoke casually. And then that's how people got addicted to cigarettes.
It makes your lungs feel light.
Do you guys ever take like nicotine supplements or anything like that?
What?
There's a supplement?
The Zims, dude. I guess you wouldn't call it
Like
supplement.
nicotine pre-workout?
They have like nicotine toothpicks. Have you guys had those?
Oh yeah, like tea tree ones almost, because that's what helps people quit. Let me tell you. Because you're supposed to still like subtly take your nicotine hit while taking away like the tar and the smoke aspect of the cigarette. So it wanes you out, but then people abuse everything.
I think it's the movement and the habitual like act of
The active deep breathing is very nice too. It's like
I don't think I'll ever go back to cigarettes. I smoked that shit for fucking 25 years, man.
Nothing can win you back, huh?
And when you quit, it was like, how did it feel to quit?
It was a crazy feeling because a lot of the things that I had that were health issues, I didn't know was caused by cigarettes. I didn't even know I had health issues because you just fucking smoke.
What if it looks like a cigarette, it hits like a cigarette, but it's vapor and there's no nicotine and there's health benefits?
Why would you want an invisible blowjob? And it doesn't even feel good.
It's confusion.
but it does feel good.
A plus B equals 9.
I think I missed the actual taste of everything. It's like nothing is as good as the actual thing.
Would you like cigarette flavored coffee?
That would be crazy.
Hey, you know what? There are some things.
Cigachino? Cigachino, dude. Cigachino. That sounds derogatory as fuck.
Don't call a person that. That sounds really bad. For
Cigachino?
It sounds like a slur or something.